Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Man's Final Steps, a continuing series to those who would be among the ranks of the 144,000 and multitude who are to come out of the great tribulation, as mentioned in Revelations chapter 7 and 14. Today is January 2nd, 2014. Man's Final Step, as I mentioned, is a continuing series. My name is Symmanayah, and in this segment, it is entitled Work, Embrace, Avoid It. My brothers and sisters, these are end times. Yes, last days have arrived. Who has given thought as to the enormous amount of work that will be done between now and the return of our Mashiach, our Messiah, Yahusha? I submit to you there are all types of work, complete with details that will come to be fulfilled. Whether it is embraced or avoided by each of us individually will be reflective of our decision to obey versus rebel. There are scriptures which informs us about a group that will be perfected and refined and demonstrated to fulfill prophecies foretold in days of old. In these scriptures, one can discover that this group that is to emerge is known as the 144,000, and many disregard the scripture, but it is written also that there is a great multitude that will come out of the great tribulation. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, these will be complete with leaders chosen by the Spirit of Yahusha, who will execute right rulings along with direct instructions, orders, and guidance. Do you think work is knocking at your doorstep? Do you think it will always be about whether you feel like it or not, whether you desire or not to act? Orders are unfolding. Yes, commands will come with either benefits or consequences. They are poised to have their place. Let's examine some scriptures. Genesis 2nd chapter, verses 2 and 3. And on the seventh day Elohim completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and set it apart, because on it he rested from all his work which Elohim is had made. Exodus 29, 20th chapter, verse 9, 10 and 11 actually. 6 days you labor and you shall do all your work. But on the 7th day is a Shabbat of Yahuwah your Elohim. You do not do any work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heavens and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the 7th day. Therefore Yahuwah blessed the Shabbat day and set it apart. Proverbs 18:9 reads, also he who is slack in his work is a brother of a master destroyer. Proverbs 20:11, even a child is known by his deeds, whether his work is clear and right. Proverbs 21:25, the desire of the lazy man slays him, for his hands refuse to work. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the work of the master, knowing that your labor is not in vain in the master. 2 Thessalonians 3:10 reads, for even when we were with you, we commanded you this, if anyone does not wish to work, neither let him eat. Now let me read a few other verses here. Luke 12:24 reads, look at the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which have neither storehouse nor granary, and Elohim feeds them. How much more valuable are you than the birds? I wanted to read this to you, my brothers and sisters, because some people look at the 2 Thessalonians 3:10 and say, if you don't work, you don't eat. It is important that we work. It is important that we are mindful of what is expected of us. But it is also important, more than anything, that we worship and obey. For in obedience the Most High will provide and will supply our needs. In doing so, someone or some way, shape, or form, work still consists of a reality in our lives. Galatians 6, 7, and 8 reads, "Do not be led astray. Elohim is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he shall also reap. Because he who also sows to his own flesh shall reap corruption from the flesh. But he who sows to the Spirit shall reap everlasting life from the Spirit." My brothers, pray. Pray that these scriptures will allow you to see that there is some importance to working, accomplishing things that must be done. We are in end times. These are indeed last days, and there are a lot of details. There are a lot of things that must be done. Each of us will be tasked with specific duties. Let me submit to you some things that might be just samples of what someone would be involved with as it pertains to work, planning and implementation, organizing the journey, our journey, managing the gathering, keeping inventory, preparing food and or drink for all those that are among the ranks and are with us, cleaning, managing our children, the elderly, and the handicapped, passing on communication through the ranks as instructions are given by the Spirit of Yahusha to his chosen leaders that are directed to us, information that will be disseminated one to another. So a person who can relay communications with precision, teaching and instructions, guarding and dispensing resources, whether it be food, water, clothing, or soaps, or other things that are necessary for maintaining our stability from a practical perspective. Conducting services in our fellowship, disposal of waste, trash, even human waste, construction of shelters, temporary or permanent, or maintaining the conditions of such shelters, receiving converts or new arrivals who join the ranks and are a part of the group as the 144,000 in multitude is brought together, purging of the wicked. There will be those who execute right rulings and judgments, who will be led by the Spirit to remove the wicked from amongst the group. These are just a sample of things. There's so many things that each of us could be involved in. One who's able to tell the times or a sense of direction as we are led, as we are gathered. My brothers and sisters, we are a body of one with many very members. With many, very many members. Famine, drought, pestilence, and disease are on the rise, and there is much work to be done. Even in the midst of chaos, civil unrest, turmoil, upheaval, and more that will come upon the face of the earth, those who are obedient to the Most High must realize, must come to grips with, there is much work that will be directed to each of us. No one will be exempt doing nothing. We all must do something and will be guided. There will be structure amongst the gathered. Many may come to discover their specific tasks align with their desire, or some may even come to witness that what they desire, they're ordered to do something different. Either way, my brothers and sisters, this plan belongs to the Most High Father. These are man's final steps, and the gathering of the 144,000 in multitude will require phenomenal work. We will be visible to the obedient one to another. We will be people who will be ready to indeed work. Yes, my brothers, each of us will be required to do something, even the smallest among us. What will people say about you regarding work? Yes, you. What are you prepared to do among the ranks of those who are guided by the Most High, those who will fall into the definition of individuals who embraced work? Or will you be numbered among those who were among the ranks who chose instead to be considered those who avoided work? I pray each of us establish a ready mind, body, and soul to realize there's more work than most of us have imagined, coming with intensity, with intense instructions and orders in the foreseeable future. We will either grow in obedience or be overtaken by avoidance and unbelief. But the Most High, know this, the Most High knows what will be necessary to make us move in order to fulfill his promises and bring his words to pass. I pray that we do not find ourselves tempting him who gives us breath. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. We will work. Yes, we will find work to be something that is embraced. But there will be those who would fall in the category of avoidance. Those who would have avoided working. Pray and watch. Be alert, my brothers. Until next time, stay tuned. This series, Man's Final Steps, continue. And we will be required to work. Consider coming away from the sluggard and the lazy, for their end leads to much regret, disappointment, and heartache. Until next time, shalom, shalom, shalom.